Ziesel. I'm originally from Alberta. Spent my trucking career in Fort McMurray, and then after 40-some years, retired in BC, on Vancouver Island now. As far as the truck goes, this is a 1978 LW900. This model of Kenworth was built in Canada and sold in Canada only, and I've wanted one forever. It didn't work, it wasn't right. So anyway, in 04, I bought this one, old logging truck. Needed lots, and I knew it needed lots, but I thought a couple of years, I'll have it fixed up. That's just a dream. Like I said, I bought it in 04, and the first time I drove it was in 16.
Woo!
So anyway, from 4 to 16, most of it got done. I finished it off as far as, the fifth wheel, fenders, heady crack, all that stuff, all the little doodads. By that time, I had retired, so the truck has never worked a day since I've owned it. I've never even hooked to an empty trailer with it. Anyway, I've got the model that I always wanted and built it my way, so it usually does pretty good at the shows. A lot of people seem to like it. I enjoy driving it around, as far as going to shows and back, and that's all it's done, really. I've got almost 30,000 kilometers on it now since 16. It's been to Des Moines, Iowa, and Reno a couple of times.
Is the window in the back of the sleeper something that's standard on a truck like this?
No, not at all. Those three windows this was supposed to be a winch tractor. So the winch is in the center over top of the frame, and that center window, you put a mirror over top of it and angle it right, and you can look straight down when you look into that mirror on top of the winch drum. And the two side windows just give you more view out the back, because like the back of the sleeper is a ways away from you, so the more you can open it up, the more you can see, right?
What's the engine, transmission, and all that?
This truck originally came with a 350 Cummins and a 13-speed. I switched it out to a 475 Cummins with an 18-speed because I was going to work it. It's the biggest Cummins that I could put in and still keep my shutters and full flow coolant and all the rest of it's the biggest one that would work. So that's what I went with. And it works really nice, and I'm sure it would too if I ever hooked to a trailer.
And the transmission?
Transmission's an 18-speed. Was a 13-speed. So, and it's all heavy. Heavy clutch, heavy transmission, heavy driveline.
Were you a trucker by trade?
Oh yeah, forever. Yeah.
In logging, or what did you do?
Did a little bit of logging. I was always an owner-operator. Always had my own. Tried running two for a while. That didn't work. So back to one.
It's hard to sit in two trucks at once. Right?
Well, it really is, yeah. Yeah. So back to one, and the last 25 years in heavy haul, kind of, low boy work.
You said you'd always wanted a truck like this. How long did you have to spend before you found one? Well,
I looked around, actually, at the time when I bought this one, I was getting ready to the point where I could restore a truck, because it's quite expensive. I'd wanted this model forever, this Canadian built and Canadian sold only model of LW, and I found this one in 04. But I looked around for probably 3 or 4 years. I was looking, and I couldn't find anything that I really wanted. And then this one turned out to be more of a rebuild job than it should have too. But anyway,
Do you have other antique trucks also, or just one and done?
Well, one and done with this size of truck. I play with an old Ford four-wheel drive there, a high boy, if you know what that is. It's a slang term for between a 67 and a 77 and a half, 3/4 ton four-wheel drive Ford with a divorce transfer case. That was the thing, right? And I kind of like them. So I got one of them.